again, twice in one day. How about that? I haven't done lives in so long, and now I'm just doing more in one day. So I am icing cakes for my mom's birthday. So I'm going to get that ready. And what I'm going to do here is, that what I'm going to do? No, that is not what I want to do. I'm going to have to do it this way. This is different than how I normally do it. Can you see my bowl? That's what I can't tell. Not really. Ooh, I'm going to have to change this. It's no worky. It's no worky. Hold on. I'm going to have to attach this to my light, I guess. Nope, that's not the way I want it either. No, this way. I at one time knew what I was doing. I don't remember how to do this anymore. Okay. Ooh. No, I don't want that light. It's got to be down. Hello. I'm trying to fix this. There we go. So I have this so you can see in there. That's too far down. Look, I need to clean my mix. There. It's too heavy though. It's not going to stay that far down. Hold on. I should have gotten this adjusted before I came on. There. Now maybe that'll work. It wants to fall though. I can put something in it where it won't, in front of it where it won't fall maybe. Okay, let's try that. Let us try that. Okay, so here's my mixer. I need to clean on the outside. I'm going to start with the chocolate one. Actually, the chocolate one, I need to mix in something else. That's going to make, I have 2 cakes for my mom's birthday. Ooh, there we go. And I cannot see comments this way. I can turn that the other way. It's been seriously so long since I've done this. I don't remember how to do this where I can make it work. Let me turn this around. That's what I need to do right there. That's what I need to do. Add it in backwards. Cake. So I've got the cakes made. There we go. Now that's going to work. Okay. Lost how to do it. So I have to get my other mixer out. I'm going to make the chocolate with my hand mixer. And the cream cheese frosting for the carrot cake with my other. Let me get my beers. There we go. So first thing we do, let's put this over here. This is where I'm working right now. So I have this right here. Before I put that together, I'm going to put in 4 ounces of unsweetened chocolate. This is my recipe. Up there. 4 ounces of unsweetened chocolate. This is called fudgy frosting. 4 ounces is this whole package now. You know, they used to make this 8 ounces. I am making 2 birthday cakes. 1 chocolate. I actually already have them made. Here's the chocolate. Half the chocolate. Made from scratch. And the other's a carrot cake. I only made half of that because it's Mom's birthday today. She's 86. So I'm making the chocolate frosting for the chocolate cake. So you put the unsweetened chocolate in here and you microwave it. You melt it. I'm going to put it in the microwave to melt. And then you mix it with some butter. Fudgy frosting. It's so good. Really creamy. Okay, so while we're letting that melt, unsweetened baking chocolate, we're going to put my beaters in here. Now, I like this one because I can just beat it right into that mixing cup. I don't have to put it in another cup. And then I got to let that melt. But I'm going to take a stick of butter. And I'm going to put the stick of butter in there with it and melt it too. But I started ahead with the chocolate because it takes it longer to melt. And we're going to start actually with the carrot cake. But I've got to chill this frosting for about 10 minutes. So it's real exciting. Waiting for the microwave to be Okay, that was a minute that I put the chocolate in there. Then I'm going to put the butter in there and do it like another minute. You just want to melt your butter in your chocolate. This frosting. I'm going to put it back in the microwave. A minute. Eye on it. Okay, so then the other stuff I'm going to need for this is a half a cup of milk. So let me measure my half a cup of milk. Okay, half a cup of milk. Put the stuff out in the refrigerator. I'm also making a mess with the milk. I just opened that milk. It's hard not to smell it when you just want to pour a little bit. There we go. I got 10 seconds if it's melted. With a spoon to start stirring that. Then we're going to get a teaspoon of vanilla and a pound of powdered sugar, which is like in the 1 pound box, which is equivalent to 3 3/4 cups of powdered sugar. Okay, let me move that out of the way. Here's my melted butter and chocolate. The butter isn't completely melted, so if you stir it a little bit, it'll melt. So this is like liquid chocolate. Oh, look at that. Just stir it around till it gets everything melted. So that took 2 minutes. 1 minute with the chocolate, 1 more minute with the butter. And then it's a little lumpy, but you just stir it and it melts. I still got a lump in here. But we're getting there. So then you have to chill this for 10 or 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and make this one first. But this to me was the best chocolate frosting that I found because it's so creamy. I found this in a little cookbook from a tea room. And you do not want to taste this right now because there isn't a lick of sugar in it and you will hate it. That's just butter and cocoa. Unsweetened chocolate would not be good. My sister-in-law used to teach. I don't remember what grade she was teaching at the time. It might have been 3rd grade. That she decided to show them one day how you could mix ingredients to make a cake, and that none of them tasted all that good. Sugar does, but most of them don't taste very good until you get it mixed. And so she had them all taste everything. Like little taste of the flour, a little taste of the vanilla, a little taste of everything. And then when it got to the cocoa, they were so excited because they thought it was going to be good. And it was just plain cocoa by itself. It was not good. And they were so disappointed. They were like, "This tastes terrible." And she's like, "I know." Because it smells really good, cocoa. Oh, it smells like chocolate. It's going to be so good. So you want 3 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. Now you can sift this if you want to, but because it's going to melt in this hot melted chocolate butter, you really don't need to sift it for this one. Plus, I'm too late. Oops, and I'm making a mess. That's okay. All right, so there's 2 cups. I'm going to put that in here. And it's going to look like you cannot mix that in there. But I can. Because when I put the milk on top, it's going to melt. I'm trying to get that powder up like that. I'm going to have to move this cake. Then I want another 1 3/4 of a cup. Here's 1 1/2. Then I just need another 1/4 cup. So this is going to be a total of 3 3/4 cups. Or the 1 pound box of powdered sugar. That looks like it pretty well. So I'm going to put that on top. Yes, I know you're thinking I'm crazy. Trust me. So another 1/4 cup is I'm just using my tablespoons. 4 tablespoons. 1, 2, making little mounds. 3, 4. Okay, so there's the right amount of sugar. Then, well, I'm making a mess with this powdered sugar. Teaspoon of vanilla, or is this one too? Yeah, teaspoon of vanilla. Which we're going to need again. And then a half a cup of milk. Now watch this powdered sugar. This is why I add the milk last, because it melts it all down. And down it goes. So then, see, I can mix in here now. You start it kind of slow. I think that it'll help if I plug this in. You think so? This mixer don't work too well if you're not plugging it in. Here we go. It's cool. Thank you. Okay, start it slow. This one doesn't actually go that fast, so I can turn it up a bit. Here we go. Mix it around. Get it off the edges. Now you see it's real runny. So this is why you have to put it in the refrigerator for about 10 or 15 minutes. So it doesn't just run off your cake. I should wear an apron. I'm getting it all over the place. I'm wearing a black shirt. And I just wiped it off. Okay. So these beaters are the best ones to lick you'll ever have. Oh, look at that. You want one? Look at it drip off of there. It's like licking candy off of here. Oh, sorry, they're mine. That's so good. Yummy. Got it all over my hand. I know you are not. Do not care. Okay. Look, I got it all over my face too. So messy. You want both? I know. I don't blame you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some paper towels. I'm gonna get them let loose here. I'm gonna get it wet. Wring it out. I'm gonna put it on top of here so it doesn't dry out. Damp paper towel. Then I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator for 10 minutes. Or 10 or 15, whatever. I don't want the top to dry out. Go in there. Alright, I'm gonna set the timer for 15 minutes. Now we're gonna make the other one. And so I'm done with this mixer. Look at this mess I made. Great. I need to get more powdered sugar too. I about used all up I had in that container. Get more out here. Okay, here we go. More powdered sugar. Okay, now we're gonna go to this mixer. All right, now we're gonna make. Now this is only half a carrot cake, so I'm only making half this recipe. So I'm using half of a block of, so it's like 4 ounces of cream cheese that's softened. That way, I did want to make 2 full cakes because that's a lot. I think we're having like 11 of us. This way we'll have leftovers too. I think Mom wants the carrot cake, but I think people will like the chocolate better. The kids will like the chocolate better. Okay, so there's the carrot. There's the cream cheese. And then you want half a stick of softened butter. for half the recipe. Just double it if you're making a whole recipe. I need to lift that up. Butter, softened butter. Okay, I'm gonna raise that up. Mix that till it's mixed. Okay, so then I'm gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla. This one's real easy. Okay, so then I need half of 3 3/4. So that's a cup and a half plus 3/8. So that's a cup and 3/4 and 2 tablespoons. Did you know you have to know math to split recipes? Okay, 1 3/4 cups. So I'm gonna start with 1 1.5 of powdered sugar. Gotta remember what I'm doing. I gotta get this out of here. It's kind of stuck. There we go. So 1.5. Then I need 3/8 after this. Let me open up a new bag. I'll try to top this off here. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, let me find my measuring spoon. Here we go. This is a 2 tablespoon measure, so that's 1/8. And I'll put it back so you can see it. 2/8, 3/8. That's it. I'm gonna mix it. Okay, now we're ready to ice that cake with that one. Now this, you want to lick this, Peter. I like the chocolate better, but oh yeah, cream cheese frosting. There, there, okay, there we go. So we're in the sink. Okay, there we go. Here's the cake that I got powdered sugar on, but oh well. Get spatula, and I'll take all this icing, put it on the cake. And this, you want to chill afterwards because this is really like gooey. And normally I make this a double layer cake, and I have to like put them in the refrigerator or freezer to set it up between layers. So I'd have to do one layer, put it in the freezer for half an hour or something till it got firm. Otherwise it will squish out the sides. If you put another layer on it with this soft, no, no, no. Well, it will just squish. So I ice half of it, put it in the freezer. Then I ice the other half after it gets set up. Particularly with this one. I'll have to do that with the chocolate one. Although it's already in the refrigerator. Okay, so there, it's on the cake. Then I'm going to push this off to on the sides here. This, I really kind of need a bigger cake plate for this. I don't have one. I mean, I have a bigger one, but I don't have the chocolate on it. It's almost a little too small, because this is a 9-inch cake pan. Maybe I should have made it 8-inch. But my directions and cooking time said 9-inch, so I didn't want to guess. So I used 9-inch cake pan. I just kind of push it off the side and then spread it. That might not be the proper way to do it, but I do not care. Maybe it is. Whatever it is, it works. It starts a little avalanche over the side of the cake, and then I just spread it. But this is really soft, this cream cheese one is. Because it depends on how soft the butter and the cream cheese were. Apparently they were really soft. Just keep pushing it off the edge and smoothing it. Once I get it in the refrigerator, though, it will set right up. It re-solidifies. Then I will re-smooth the top. This makes, because this is an oil cake, so it makes pretty flat layers. Oh, I'm getting it on my box of cookies over here. I'm not doing that. Too much stuff on my counter. Okay. Needs a little bit more over there. There is one. This one's hard to get 100% smooth, but that's okay because it looks homemade this way. Around the edge. I kind of like it a little rustic looking for homemade cake. See, it's already kind of oozing down the sides here. Kind of trying to puddle. It's just too hot today. I'm going to pull that in a little bit. Pull in my edges. It's a little corner heavy. Or it's not really the corner, it's the edge. I'm going to pull that up a little bit. And then try to smooth it. There we go. Challenging to make cream cheese smooth. If you do this with buttercream, it's easier. But I want cream cheese. There you go. Looks good. Thank you. What's it take? Whatever works. Yep. Do what works. All right. Oh, got it all over my hand. There we go. Now, how much time are we into this here? 3 minutes. Okay, this is probably ready. Let's check it. I gotta make room in here for this cake. I should have made room before I did it, but I did not. There we go. There's room. So I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator so that icing will set up. The other one, it doesn't have to go in the refrigerator. Okay, so here's one layer. This one I'm gonna make a 2-layer cake. Oh yeah. Let me wash my spatula though. There we go. Okay, get my icing out of the refrigerator. Oh, see, it's not running anymore. But still spreadable. So I need like half of this on this one. Oh yeah. Would you look at that? Middle. Send it over the edge. This is the best chocolate. Oh, see how creamy that is? Easy to spread. I used to have another chocolate icing recipe that I used that came off the back of a can of cocoa. And it was my favorite for years and years and years. And then I saw this recipe called fudgy frosting. I'm like, oh man, that sounds good. And it doesn't use cocoa, it uses the chocolate baking squares. I'm like, ooh, that sounds better. Let me try that. It's better because it's creamier. Come on. There we go. Still has a slight little warmth to it. Which means you don't want to get this too cold or you won't be able to spread it. That's why it's only needed only about 10-15 minutes in the refrigerator. You got to time it. So I was really glad to find this recipe. It's really kind of chocolatey-er tasting than the other two. Okay, so let's do that again. Pull it from the edge. There's my timer. That means this icing's ready. I think I got it out at about 12 minutes. And then we got it nice and smooth. Now I like using the key to getting the edges even is you want to use actual like cake baking pans that have straight edges like this. Don't use the ones that angle. You'll never get the cake straight. You can get these at Walmart in like the bridal section. Because they're like for making wedding cakes. Get the straight edge cake pan. So much better. Those are Wilton brand. I think they have just a different brand now. Cheaper. As long as it's a straight edge. They're aluminum. I don't put those in the dishwasher. Now what I'm going to do with this, because it's higher, I'm just going to go straight to the edge and ice the edge first. The frosting. You can do it this way too. I have a tendency to do the edge first. That way I don't go like, uh-oh, I don't have any for the edge. Do it first. Then you have it for the edge. What's it say? Money talks, but chocolate sings. Oh, yeah. My favorite song, too. Especially one named Fudge. Fudgy. Oh, yeah. Reminds me, it's so funny, there was always this thing in World War II where the soldiers wanted to meet women and they would bring them pantyhose and chocolate. Well, they weren't actually pantyhose. They were stockings. Because I guess they couldn't get it. They would bring chocolate. You got you a man with chocolate. That's all you wanted right there. And stockings. So funny. Like, that's a little intimate, isn't it? Here's your pair of stockings. I guess they couldn't buy them. My grandmother was, well, she was an adult and with kids during World War II. And she said, she made all kinds of cakes and pies and all kinds of desserts all the time because she had 7 kids. She was making a lot of food. And they weren't big coffee drinkers. They would drink it, but I guess they weren't like super attached to coffee. And they would ration that stuff. They rationed sugar. They rationed coffee. You only got so much. Well, there were a lot of neighbors of hers that really wanted coffee. And they wanted more coffee than they were allowed to have. And she wanted the sugar so she could make cakes and sweet tea and all that stuff. So she would trade her coffee for sugar. And she would go to her neighbors, here, you can have my coffee, I'll take your sugar. They would be like, yeah, have the sugar. Because maybe they didn't have as big a family. So she got all the sugar she wanted by giving away her coffee during the rationing of World War II. She also told me the other thing that you couldn't hardly find or couldn't get was material to make clothes, because she made all their clothes, or mostly all their clothes. And because she had 7 kids, and that was the era she was having them, the late 30s and early to mid 40s. She said, I didn't really have any maternity clothes. And so she'd make something, but she couldn't get any material. So she said you were allowed to have, like another thing they rationed, a couple of nightgowns. So she said she got the 2 nightgowns, and they were like, it was like a nice cotton material. It wasn't like some flimsy nightgown, it was some nice, modest 1940s version of a nightgown. So she would buy the 2 nightgowns, take out all the seams, use the material, and make her a maternity dress from the nightgown material. I'm like, that's pretty clever. That's the only thing she could get. There we go. Oh, man. Oh, look at that. I might put a little bit of that on the cake, but then I'm going to have to lick that. And you can't get it all off. You got to keep spreading it, so then there's just more to lick. Okay. There we go. My cakes are done. What time is it? It's only 3 o'clock. I'm probably going to leave in a couple hours because Mom wants stuff from the store. A store across town. It's not that far, but it's a little further than my normal store. She wants stuff from the Family Dollar store. And there isn't one near where I live. That's like 4 or 5 miles. It's not that bad. It's not like 1 mile, though. And there's traffic. So I'll go over there, get that stuff, since I'm going out today anyway. She likes to save money. So we're going to get her a couple things there. And I need something there, too. So then I'll go to the party. Yummy. Thank you. Okay, so I'm done. So I'm going to go. Hope you enjoy watching me make the cakes. They're going to be so good. Hope Mom has a blessed birthday. Thank you so much. I will talk to you all later. Bye.